All right, welcome to our fans. This is Complete Football Africa. Today we're turning our lens to the CAF Champions League, in which we have MC Alger versus Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, this is a do or die match. If there's a draw, Sundowns is out, so they need to be able to beat MC Alger. And I also call this game Mokwena's Revenge, because the coach for MC Alger famously coached Sundowns and made them who they are, but I guess he wasn't good enough for them and he had to leave. So this will be Mokwena versus Mokwena in midfield. This is going to be a very good game. When we look at the way Mokwena versus Mokwena. So when we look at this game, we know that it's the classic matchup between Sundowns, which likes to start their attacks with Rowan Williams, who's a very good distributor of the ball, build up patiently. They're going to have possession of the ball, and they're going to go through the center. Who's there, number 9 again, that's going to be playing for Sundowns? I forgot his name.
It's either Leon or Shaolile.
Yeah. So what's going to happen in this game is that Sundowns is patient. They don't have an explosive offense, but they build up patiently and eventually unlock defense. MC Alger is going to rely more on good coverage and defense, try to put a little bit of pressure on Sundowns, but they're going to try to score from counters. They're a very tactical team. Mokwena for them is tactical, and there's also a controversy that because he coached the team, he knows their tendencies, and we also have a Spygate situation. Talk a little bit about this Spygate. The guy who's involved for Sundowns, you said he's been suspended for maybe giving the plays to MC Alger.
No, yes, there's a guy that works for Mamelodi Sundowns, the head coach of Mamelodi Sundowns, Cardozo. They've been suspecting that he's been spying on them for Rulani, because he's been very loyal to the former coach of Mamelodi Sundowns. Now he's been giving Rulani lots of points about how they play, and then the Mamelodi Sundowns coach, Mikel Cardozo, is very worried about that, because he thinks that MC Alger might be knowing how they play, their tactics and everything about them.
Yeah. So the reason I say that is because it's going to be important for this game, because he might have to, whether it's true or not, since he suspects that it's true, he's going to have to tweak his attack and his approach to the game a little bit if the other team knows, if the other coach knows his tendencies. So this is going to be a tough match for Cardoso. The guy I was talking about was Sales. Will Arthur Sales start as the forward? Oh, he's a forward. He's not a number 9. Arthur Sales.
Who?
Arthur Sales.
Oh, Arthur Sales. Oh, okay. Arthur Sales, normally he plays in those pockets. Like, sometimes he plays as a number 10, sometimes he plays as a number 7.
Yeah. So anyway, how do you see this game, given the fact that MCL just seems to understand Sundowns' style of play and tactics? How do you see this game playing down tactically, and who do you think has the advantage?
I think Sundowns, because they're playing at home, they do have the advantage. It's just that they need to take the game to MCL, just then try to hit them early as possible. They need to get their goals as early as possible, because the more the game goes on, the more frustrated they will be. And then the more they'll be out of ideas, because Rulani Mokwena really knows how they play. They just need to play their game and then take the game to MCL just, and then I think they'll be successful that way.
Now, because Sundowns plays with a high line, they have to be very careful, because MC Alger has a lot of speed, especially on their wings, and they will look to exploit the counter attack, especially since Sundowns plays very high. So they need to be careful, because I can see Sundowns scoring a goal, and maybe scoring a goal or two, but they have to also be aware of MC Alger's trickiness and ability to play the counter. What do you think?
No, absolutely, because in their first game in Algeria, Sundowns was playing the same high line, and then MCL just exposed them many, many times. Like, they couldn't take their chances. If they took their chances, they could have won the game there at home for MCL. Just they couldn't take their chances. That high line of Mamelodi Sundowns is not. I think it's a vulnerability for them these days. People have read the way they play, and then they use that high line to really destroy them.
Yeah, but I hear that a lot of the times, Mokwena, especially when Alger, I'm talking about Mokwena for Alger, when he plays on the road, he's very, sometimes he's very cautious, and he may not pull the trigger and try to attack, but knowing him, he's a chess player, he could use reverse psychology. So they have to really watch out for him. And he uses a mid block, and they like to put a lot of numbers in the midfield. And so what we're going to see and even though they sometimes would have 3 people back, they use a 3-5-2 sometimes. If he gets those numbers in the midfield, he'll try to frustrate Mokoena. But even though he may have 5 in the midfield, I'm going to predict that Sundowns will control the possession of this game, and they just have to make sure they find a good chance to score. So I'm going to predict that Sundowns wins this game 1-0. Or can this game go to penalty, or will they go if the ends of games in draw? Will it be a penalty, or will they go?
No. The Sundowns is out because if it's a draw, MCL just will go to.
This is a knockout stage. It's not a knockout stage match. Yeah, it's not double legs. Yeah, I'm right. I made a mistake. So they need to score. So that might force them to open up a little bit too much. And if they open up too much to score and get desperate, Alger can counter. So if I was Sundowns, I would start the game not cautiously, but I wouldn't try to push for a goal. But they need to start worrying if they don't have a goal after 60 minutes or something. That's when they should be worried. What do you think?
No, absolutely. This team that Rulani Mokoena is playing is going to play against, like the Mamelodi Sundowns. It's not exactly the same Mamelodi Sundowns that he used to coach. Like, there's new players, there's new system, and then he can't take the risk very early. He needs to hold the game up until 60 minutes or 70 minutes there in order maybe to punish Sundowns. I think mostly he's going to try to play for a draw.
Yeah, what I meant though is that Sundowns should also they shouldn't start off trying to push too hard for a goal either. Because if they do that, they might give up a counter. But they definitely need to score a goal in this game. So they have to decide, do you think the Sundowns should come out and try and do you think they should be aggressive at the start of the game, or do you think they should be patient?
If the problem is, if they start aggressively and they don't get a goal, they're going to start panicking, they're going to start panicking. And then I've seen this going like game after game where they start very early, they miss lots of chances, and it ends up like that at the end of the game where they never get a goal that they're looking for. So I think they need to be patient, but they should not be too patient.
Patient. They need to be patient. They should have a purpose. If they're moving the ball patiently, it's like chess. They should be thinking about their moves and thinking about how they're going to score. And then when they get an opportunity, they can't. All right. So what is your prediction? How do you see the game playing out, and what do you think the score will be?
I think the score might be a 2-1 for Sundowns, but I see them conceding a goal with that
highline. Yeah. So I'm going to say which is going to force them to score 2 goals. But I'm going to say 1-0. But you're very, very right. It could be 2-1. I can see them taking a lead, and maybe Alger comes back. Then they'll have to be forced to score at the end of the game. All right. Thank you very much, our fans from South Africa. We're going to be covering the Kaizer Chiefs match tomorrow also. But we want to wish Sundowns good luck for Champions League, bad luck for PSL League, because I'm an Orlando fan. How's that going? When's the next match? No, Orlando plays on 13th. Is it 13th or 14th? Yeah. They play
on the 14th, I think, against is it Sikukuni, something like that, or
no, they beat Sikukuni. I think
Marumo Gallants.
They beat Gallants. So I think the next 2 matches they have a match against either Pirates or Sundowns Chiefs or Sundowns. Yeah, it can't be because
it's next
you're right. It's next week, so maybe it's Gallants. All right, so we'll stay tuned for that game, and we'll be back tomorrow to talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for your support. All right, let me get out of here. I'm tired as fuck, man. I'll send you the video when we did